this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me again today. And our project today is this rather lovely advent calendar. It's a bit difficult for me to show you because you're looking downwards, and if I put it downwards it won't look like very much, it just looks like a pile of boxes. But if I show you from the side, it's actually lots of little boxes with numbers on, really pretty papers. And I've made this for my sister. I'm going to gift this to my sister this year, and then I'm going to make another one who I'm going to gift to one of my good friends. So it consists of 25 little boxes that all just have a little flap that comes undone. You could put all sorts of gifts in here. I made mine specifically to fit some chocolates that are available in the UK, which are these Lindor chocolates. And they match this one very well as well. Lindt Lindor chocolates. They're available on Amazon, so I'm assuming they'll be available wherever you are. And they just fit perfectly in these little 1.5 inch square boxes. So each one of the boxes has got one of them in, so a little treat every day in the run up to Christmas. And that one's number 25. So I'm going to show you how to make your own if you'd like to make one of these. These are the boxes that I'm going to use for my next one that I'm making with you today. I'm going to show you how to make one of the boxes. I've already made all the boxes, most of the boxes I need for this one, just one more to make. And then the next time I come back, I'll show you how to put them all together and mount them so that they're stuck together. So this is the colour scheme I'm going with today, white and black and gold, as opposed to red. So what we need is a piece of card, an A4 sheet of card. This is the standard UK size. So I will put the measurements on my blog if you need them in metric, but I am today going to work in inches, in imperial. So first of all, we need a piece of card for each box. We need a piece of card that is 5. So I'm just bringing my trimmer in here, don't need that blade. I'm going to cut 5, and it needs to be by 6.5. Get my arm out. Always goes exactly where you don't want it to, right on the join, but 6.5 is there. And that's what we need to start with. So that's just the piece of card that we need to begin. Then I'm going to bring my scoreboard in. Again, I'm going to work in inches today, so apologies if you're a metric person. And we are going to score at 1/2 inch, 2 inches, 3.5 inches, 5 inches, like so. And then we're going to turn it round, and we are going to score at 1/2, 2 and 3.5. That's all the scoring done. So put your scoreboard away, and then we can burnish all those score lines. We're going to do a bit of cutting away of some of this stuff as well. So just burnish this way, and then turn it and burnish the other way as well. That way you get nice sharp creases, and when you try and put it together as a box, it will go. There we go. So that's the start of our template. What we're going to do now is that way up. Just trying to work out what I need to do. What I need to do now, I have got a template here that I use when I'm making these, which is here. Very rough template, but this is what I use. I make myself a rough template. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut up each of these score lines just to the first score line. So just very carefully. If you want to, you can wedge these slightly, but only very slightly, because we want them to overlap slightly, otherwise you're going to get gaps in your boxes. So very, very tiny wedges here. So just a sliver of card coming off here, but it will help to glue them. And then a sliver off this end as well. Oops, that went a bit wonky. And here we can cut this tab off completely. So I'm going to come up there and cut that off. and then I'm going to come and wedge this other side and cut this off completely as well. Okay, then I can cut across here. I don't need this section, so I can cut this bit off. I can cut across here because this is going to be one of the tabs that forms the top of the box. I'm going to cut across here. The tab needs to be whole. Don't know if you can hear my daughter whistling in the background here. I've got fireworks going off outside and my daughter whistling in the kitchen. There we go. So there we are. That's all the cutting done. That's our template. That's what we need for our box. So get rid of all of that. I then need to come in with some glue, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of Tombow in a lid. Some of you will have seen me doing this before, but I just find it easier to work and keep the glue exactly where I want it when it's just... this one's nearly empty. Oh, that is nearly empty. Let's try another one. I've got another one in here. Let's see if we can get a bit of glue out of this one. Oh, that one's not going to come out. Try the other end. Oh, there we go. Didn't want to come out the thin end, but it'll come out the thick end. There we go. Got a bit of Tombow on there. And what we need to do is to bring this round. This tab here is going to glue down onto there. So a little bit of glue onto here. You can take your time when you're doing this. I'll be doing it quite quickly on the camera. So we just need to allow enough time for it to stick. So just some glue on there, and then just press down and hold that for a minute and wait for the glue to stick. Wait for the glue to hold. There we go. But you can see our box is coming together now. And now we've got these 4 flaps which we need to fold in. So first of all, I'm going to fold the side ones in. So I'm going to put some glue on this flap here. And glue that. Make sure your box is square as you do this. If you glue it when it's slightly an angle, it will not glue as a proper box. I'm then going to bring the one from the back, because I don't want there to be a seam at the front here where it's the front of the box. There we go. Bit of glue on there, and then glue on here, and stick the final flap down. And there is our box. Obviously it will need a little bit of time for that glue to dry and set a bit, but I'm just doing this on camera so you can let it down a bit more time. So there we go. We've got the basics of our box. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim down a slight, don't trim down too much of these tabs, because otherwise your boxes will keep popping open. So just a tiny bit, just enough so that you can get the flap in to close. And I've done that. So just fold these over and pop that in, and it should hold in place. I've got a little trick that I'll show you tomorrow if it doesn't hold in place. There we go. So that's your box, just a little cube box. Now I need to work out where the lid is. There we go. Because we're now going to stick some DSP on here. I have cut my DSP, my designer paper, pattern paper. This is from the Broadway Bound set. It's got gold foiling on it, which I really love. Lost my other bit. There we go. Most of the boxes you need 4. Oh, actually no, that's the wrong DSP for this box. I need the gold one. I need the gold DSP for this box. Most of the boxes you will be gluing 4 pieces of DSP on, because those are the only sides you'll see. If I bring back the original, you can see the top, the 2 sides and the front, but you can't see the bottom and you can't see the back, so there's no point putting DSP on those. So we're going to glue it on the lid first of all, and again this is Broadway Bound paper. This is the gold and white foiled one. It's really pretty and really lovely for Christmas projects. It's a shame you only get 2 sheets of this one in the pack, really, because I could do lots of projects with this for Christmas. There we go. And then we're going to glue that side and that side. And just because this is the one that's going on top of my pile, I am going to glue one more piece of DSP on here, but you wouldn't need to do this for any of the other boxes, only the one that's at the very top, because you will be able to see the back of this one. So so you need to glue something on the back of it as well. So there we go. So this is going to be it for today when I've glued the paper on. Tomorrow I'm going to come back and show you how I glued the pieces together and then put the numbers on. What I found out to my cost was it was much better to glue the pieces together, to glue the boxes together, and then to put the numbers on, because then you could decide where you wanted each number to be. I had to be very, very careful when I was gluing them together that there weren't two numbers the same together, and it just got a bit confusing. So yeah, on this one I'm going to glue one on the back, but you wouldn't need to do this normally on any of the other boxes. So there we go. And then I'm just going to come in. The only other thing I'm going to do today is come in with my 1/2 inch punch and take a little thumb hole out of this bit so that you've got some way of opening the boxes. So just by eye, position it in the middle roughly, so you want the same distance on this side of the punch as this side of the punch. Try and centre it, and then you want about half the circle to be showing, and that's our little thumb hole. So I can then do it up, and that's our box. And you need 25 of those. 24 of them will be just have 4 pieces of DSP. The DSP measures 1 1/4 inches. I don't know that I said that. 1 1/4 inch, so slightly smaller than the panels. So you cut the DSP to 1 1/4 inch squares. And like I say, on most of them you only need 4 panels. On this one you need 5. And then tomorrow we're going to glue them together, and I'll show you how to do the numbers on the front. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and do come back tomorrow to see me finish my advent calendar. Thanks very much for watching though. Cheers, bye.